Good afternoon. I'm coming to you on my personal page because this Facebook Live is about me being a constituent of the 42nd district in the great state of Illinois. So Terra Costa Howard is my state rep. And I saw that I've been kind of decided to start following what's happening in DuPage. So I followed her page. I've been following it for a while. And it said she was coming to Lisle. You know, this is my territory. I'm teasing. She's perfectly capable and she could come here. Who am I? I'm joking. But so initially I thought it was just an open forum. And then it said you needed to make an appointment. So, I'm usually off on Mondays, and I thought I'll make an appointment to talk to her then. Then my husband said I had to work. And I'm like, fine, I'll work on Monday. And then he said, no, you don't have to work. And so I forgot all about making an appointment with Terra Costa Howard. So I'm having some work done in my house. And this is how God works. And I was trying to get some work done at Boss Dogs, but it's too much of a distraction. So I said, I'll head to the library. I love the library. And I hadn't been to my little local library in a while. And I knew there was construction, but it's just so beautiful what's going on there. Even under the dust, I can see what it's going to be. So just as I'm headed there, one of my dear friends, DuPage County, said, hey, he just called me. This is how God works, to remind me that Terra Costa Howard was there. He called me out of nowhere. He said, do you know Terra Costa Howard's at the library? And I said, oh, my goodness. And I said what I just said to you, that I'd forgotten I was going to do it. And he tells me about this bill she's introduced. HB 2463. And he said something about Illinois Family Institute, said something about it. I've been busy all morning running around on my day off doing Boss Dog stuff. So this bill is about shutting down. Hi, my aunt Brenda from California. This bill introduced by Terra Costa Howard to shut down crisis clinics for pregnancy crisis centers. I can say it. Because they're giving out false information. And when my friend told me about this, I literally had about 10 minutes. I went in and the library director said, oh, you know, she's taking appointments. And then her staffer came out. They said, very accommodating. They said, we can squeeze you in. And I sat down and I went over this bill. And again, this is all God, because I didn't even know about this bill until my friend that just happened to call me as I happened to be going to the library. This is all God. And so I'm reading this. They want to fine these clinics $50,000. So a pregnancy crisis center, you know, are the ones that offer an alternative to the darkness that is Planned Parenthood. Come over here. We'll help you kill your baby. That's not reproductive. That's not planning parenthood at all. It's Planned Parenthood. Hi, Steve. I am not going to apologize for using the word Planned Parenthood. What I want to say, the opposition media went after me because I've said Planned Parenthood for years. So I'm reading over this before I go in with her. And I thanked her. I said, thank you for taking me. You didn't have to, because I didn't have an appointment and I'm looking kind of crazy. This is my sweats running around looking. That's why you should always go outside looking presentable. This is a lesson learned. Now you might have a chance to talk to your representative. And so I go in and I said, could you tell me more? You're the sponsor of this bill. It's HB 2463. And to shut down these crisis pregnancy centers. And she said, well, these crisis pregnancy centers are doing ultrasounds with people are conducting the ultrasounds without having licenses. Okay. And they're giving out false information. They're pretending to help women. She called them fake clinics, guys. Get this, fake clinics. These crisis pregnancy centers, Terra Costa Howard called them fake clinics. All right. Okay. So I'm asking her these questions. And for what I understand, most pregnancy clinics, I can do this. Pregnancy crisis clinics don't have ultrasound machines. It's very expensive. There's a different organization that goes around with a truck. Not all of them are equipped to have that kind of, equipment. And it's very expensive piece of equipment. So they're there offering alternatives to killing your baby. And she, was just adamant about this bill. She was asked to sponsor it. And I said, well, I would think you're the person I should ask details about because, you're the sponsor of this bill. I said, so let's pretend that the clinic doesn't have an ultrasound machine. So they're not operating with some unlicensed people giving them these ultrasounds, letting them see their babies. Some unlicensed person, this is what I'm thinking, letting these people see their babies kick and smile and move around. Oh, you evil people, how you do that, And I said, so what else? Well, they take these women's information and they harass them. They pretend that they want to help them. but they're harassing them. Now, you guys know I'm wired wrong. When I go to the March for Life, I go stand on the corner with the people that are there that like killing babies, that are there screaming and yelling at a bunch of Christians in the sunlight, in the beautiful day, just praying for babies and getting together, kumbaya, hugging and loving on each other. And I go across the street to the dark corner with the people that had a pig dressed like a human, but they don't think babies are humans. But you know how I am. I love just talking to Democrats and leftists and progressives. That's what I do. So you guys know last October 2021, I was attacked verbally by 3 witches at an abortion clinic. So I don't mind. I've been to the, I've been on the front line, and I get this, and I hadn't planned on that. That was just something that God decided that I could get through just listening to my praise music. And those women, they didn't scare me. I'm walking with Jesus. And so, but to sit across the table, guys, and I'm just saying this as constituent Stephanie, not as candidate Stephanie, not as I was going to run for state rep, and then Darren Bailey was so kind to me to allow me to hop on the Bailey train. But sitting across this woman at the table, I have never sat that close one-on-one with evil, with darkness. I'm sorry, who was so, just looked me in my eye, that abortion was like mother's milk or something, like they're doing God's work. Because they won't tell these women about their other options other than, we want to help you. Here's some diapers. We're going to help you for a year. I said to her, I want you to go. You should go to a pro-life event and listen to those women that will point to a couple to say, I was walking in to kill my baby, and that couple prayed for me, and they've got this baby wiggling on their hip, and they'll say, and I didn't kill my baby, and they prayed over me, and they took me to the clinic, to the Women's Crisis Center, and they gave me wraparound support for a year or more until I needed, until I got on my feet. Now I have my degree. Those are stories of just light and happiness. What did I say earlier in my video on Stephanie Trussell page? I said, Democrats equal detude, death and destruction. That's what they peddle. But I said to her, I will pray for her heart. I said, if you like black people, you're going to stop with this abortion thing. I said, you know what? Illinois is the abortion headquarters for the Midwest. I'm sorry. Come one, come all. We'll pay for it. We want to kill babies all 24/7, hot and cold. Come on, right here to Illinois. And so she's invoked that our credit rating had gone up for the 7th time. I said, that's fuzzy math. That's COVID money. And I don't know what that had to do with the price of tea in China. We're talking about killing babies right now. I said to her, with everything that's going on in Illinois, in DuPage County, where our reading and math scores are on the decline, they're going down. This is what you want to focus on? I said, so what do you want to do with these clinics? She wants to shut them down. I love that honesty. I applaud Democrats that just when you face them head on, they don't waver, they don't duck and dive. They tell you, yes, they want to shut down women's pregnancy because you just don't want women in Illinois to have nothing but darkness to choose from, no light. I'm telling you, I don't know. I had never been so close one-on-one with someone that honestly thinks abortion is a good thing. Unbelievable. Guys, this is where we're fighting. And then this is how my God works. There's a beautiful woman that I met on the campaign trail, all in for Darren Bailey. Lovely woman. And she called to tell me her progress when she was thinking about running for state rep. And I said, you go, girl. You go down there when you win. She's thinking about it. She hasn't launched her campaign. I said, when you win, I want you to sit right next to Terra Costa Howard. And you give her what for in a nice way. But we have to send some light down to Springfield. This is darkness. This is what they want to focus on. Want to shut down pregnancy crisis centers. HB 2463. These people blow me away, but I am not deterred. I'm not going to be all negative. Oh, they're just no, we got to go after these people. They're come on now. Jeez, what the heck? They don't even want people to have options. They want one option, and that's Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood has more money and more resources than anybody. If you want to get an abortion, you know where to go. So having a place right across the street, let's pray, guys. We don't have to shut down every abortion clinic, but we need to shut down the one that's closest to us. That's how you got to think about it, because it seems overwhelming to shut them all down. And she said something about Illinois being this abortion headquarters because everybody around us is shutting down. Oh darn! But when I said to her, 114,000 people didn't flee Illinois last year because they thought a Southern farmer was going to prohibit them from being able to kill their babies. That's not why they left Illinois. Oh, darn, let's get out of here. Darren Bailey might win. We're going to Florida with no state taxes and live a better quality of life. I'm telling you, Terra Costa Howard, you you are representing Stephanie Trussell's district. I'm a constituent, a taxpayer, and I own a business. I don't think my business is in her district, but it's probably in another person whose district who is not Terra Costa, however, will probably sign on to this bill. What's going on, guys? We need you to be fearless. We need you to read your Bible. We need you to be what the Bible tells you to be. We need you to speak up. And life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness only starts once you're born. You got to read through this bill. I started reading it, and how it's worded is something else. Evil is evil is evil. I don't care how many therefore thou shalt put forth and all this other stuff that they put in it. This was not what I was prepared to do. I have a very important email I got to get through and something I got to send. And that's why I went to the library. But God sent me there for other reasons. Oh, if you come to 60532, you are in my territory, and I have every right to be kind and just talk to her like a constituent. Hey, I'm a voter. You represent my district. You're not representing my best interest. And I said to her, they're coming out here to cook my DuPage. They're making DuPage look like Cook County. And I said these words to her. I thanked her again for letting me even have 5 minutes with her. And she gave me more than 5 minutes. I said, thank you. But I said, not on my watch. I'm fighting for my county. I'm fighting for Sadie. I'm fighting for everything, our values and who we are. I'm telling you, these people are relentless. They do not back down. And when I'm listening to Republicans, establishment Republicans, and what I've learned over the years being on the radio, and when I would ask, why don't we have candidates in this area? Why don't we have candidates running over here? Oh, why throw good money after bad? We can't win. Oh, well, we don't need to, we can't put hi, Jeannie. We can't put a candidate in Chicago for mayor. That costs so much money and we'll never win. But you know what? When Democrats set their sights on DuPage County, when it used to be deep red, hi, Stephanie, when they set their sights on DuPage County, do you think they were somewhere in the war room saying, oh, we can't win, so let's not even try to win DuPage? No, they chipped away until they figured out a way to beat and come out here and purple up our board and cook our DuPage. We have to have that same grittiness to say, you know what? We may not win this cycle, but we're going to get the message out. We're going to move that needle, and we're going to let people know what our platform is. That's what they did. And this white guilt thing is ruining our country. They're coming out here and they want to, just in general, their whole platform that black people are oppressed and they got to help me. And now this, leave me alone. Get out of my way. This is my country. My ancestors helped build it. I don't need anything from you. And you can feel guilty about how the Democrat Party treated us. It was the Democrat Party. America didn't have a slave problem. Southern America had a slave problem with the Democrats. That was the problem. And I'm reading this book, David Smith from Illinois Family Institute. I don't have it with me. It's such a good book. You've seen it before. It's all about the black Americans in the beginning and slavery. It makes me so angry. I got halfway through the book and it just makes me so angry dealing with the Democrats and what they did and how they fought tooth and nail to keep us from being freed, to keep us from getting rights. Just everything they wanted to do was to keep black people from thriving and being on the even ground with them. And that's why they feel so guilty now. But you don't have to feel guilty. You didn't do it. You weren't here 200 years ago. Just stop it. Let me be me. Let everybody enjoy the beauty and what our ancestors built here so we can all achieve the American dream. And stop trying to, help me out. Just stop it. And Dan Prof read what in the AP class out in Lamont High School and what they're doing with the CRT stuff. And Terra Costa Howard said that to me. The first time I met her, because this is the third time we've interacted, the first time I met her at a coffee shop, and when I said to her, hi, I'm a grandma, I really didn't want to talk at all, but there weren't that many people there. And I said, I'm worried about CRT and the sex ed. And she told me the CRT wasn't a real thing. That was a Republican talking point. I just love how they do that, how they could just look you dead in the eye and just lie. And I guess I'm not calling her a liar. Deceptive, because CRT is a real thing. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what Terra Costa Howard looked at me and said. And when I said, I'm worried about CRT and the sex ed, and she said, CRT is a Republican talking point. And then she said, the sex ed bill is no big deal because what they want to teach the kids, that's nothing that they don't see on the internet at home, quote, unquote. And then when she said to me today, she wants to shut down fake clinics. Oh, you're trying to use our words like fake news and stuff. You're trying to turn that around and use that, a fake clinic that's going to take a woman in and say, what do you need, sister? We'll help you. You think you got to kill your baby? We know, and this is all I'm going to say. I've gone on way too long. We know We're not judging people that had abortions. That's not what this is about. We're talking about when you know better, you do better. We're talking about shedding light on the darkness. And you know it's a lie of darkness to say, my life is in despair. I don't know what I'm going to do next. But you know what? My life is going to be improved if I kill my baby. You know that's a lie of Satan. Don't let Satan rob you of your joy. And we're offering you light. We're not saying you gotta take that baby and raise it. They're saying deliver your baby. Give it up for adoption. What do you want? What can we do to help you? That's why whenever I see an opportunity to donate to pregnancy centers, we've got something going on in my church right now, bring a bag of diapers. I didn't go to church the last 2 weeks because I was out of town. And then I went to a church and sit with a friend yesterday, but I got to bring a bag of diapers. I'm going to pick up a bag of diapers and send it to church with my daughter-in-law works there. We got to help these centers because they're offering true light in a world of darkness when they just say, oh, hey, just kill your baby, plan your family. Women's reproductive, oh my God, choosing their hi Steve, he asked the question, have you talked about Planned Parenthood choosing their locations for abortion? We know they put it in black and brown neighborhoods. It's in Aurora, not Naperville. It's in Waukegan, not Gurnee. Come on now. They don't want it. They don't. No. We know who they're targeting. As I said to Terra Costa Howard, black people make up 13% of the population, yet we make up 33% of the abortions. So you guys are targeting us before we even get eyebrows. That's what I've been saying for the longest. And if you're a racist, why would you become a police officer? And so you could be judged just for pulling someone over and asking for their license and you're a racist. If you want to truly kill black people and be applauded for it and paid for it and just treated like a god, become an abortion doctor. They will love you. And you could just be like, Black Lives Matter to me because it bought me a Mercedes killing them t-shirt. They wouldn't care. Because as long as you're killing babies, that's all they care about. They kneel to the God of just killing babies. And we need to stop saying pro-choice. They're pro-abortion. I'm sorry, they're pro-death. If we're pro-life, they're pro-death. And we got to stop using that cute little word abortion. Killing babies. Can we just say that? Because they don't have a problem saying what they want to say. That woman I can't even focus on my email. I had to come to the high school to pick up Reagan early because under construction, the library is really nowhere to sit and concentrate. But I can't believe that I got to talk to this woman. And again, I applaud her. Because if I were her and she knows what she knows, the crazy Stephanie Trussell, I would have been afraid to even talk to her. But she talked to me because she is so right and so poised in her darkness and abortion. And I'm not saying anything this has nothing to do with me being a candidate from a year ago, whatever, this last year. This is me as a person that lives in the 42nd district. And I got to talk to my state rep today. And this is what she said to me. Unbelievable. Hey guys, you can't sit around and do nothing. What did you do? And as one of my favorite Republican supporters for the Darren Bailey team, I got to know her over this last year. She says, when have you carried water for the elephant? When have you done something to shed some light on the darkness and the lies of the Democrat Party? I keep thinking, just Democrat Party, let my people go. And how they convinced a bunch of black women that it's sophisticated to kill your baby, that blows me away. Unbelievable. You're poor and black. How are you going to overcome this disability of this skin color in America and you're poor? Well, you know what? Ask Regina Hodges, my mom. Catholic schools moved us out of the hood, did everything just by working hard without a high school diploma. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with America. And that's why I'm voting for Willie Wilson. I'm teasing. I can't vote for Willie Wilson, but he's another example of just doing great things. Oprah was born out of wedlock. She wasn't a planned pregnancy, so we shouldn't have had a Oprah, from what I remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought so many unplanned pregnancies that Planned Parenthood would have said, "Oh, you're poor and black. Are you crazy? You're gonna have a baby in this racist country? Go kill your baby." You guys have a blessed day and pray for me as I try to focus back on this proposal that I have to send out, or I just got to go through an email and read it and reply or whatever. But I was trying to get away. I was minding my own business when she came to my town. And so God, let's pray for Terra Costa Howard. And I said to her, I want to pray for your heart, because she's a mom and she told me she was Catholic. And I was Catholic for a very long time, so I take that personally. And I was Catholic back in the day when Catholics were unapologetically pro-life. I remember the priests and the nuns going to rallies, not afraid to get arrested for all the things that they believed in. And killing babies was not one of them. You guys have a great day, and thank you for letting me vent and just talk about my interaction. When you look up, hey, where is your state rep going to speak next? You go there and sit there and be polite, take your notes, be poised, and you don't have to be all in their faces or whatever, but just ask the tough questions. And if they believe in it, they should be able to answer your question without a problem. She sponsored the bill. If this woman can't answer my questions, then what is it about? So I didn't do anything wrong. That's the American process. And that's what's, so great about living in a country built on, the fact that they work for us. Well, that's what you get for dressing like a hobo on a day when you're just running errands. You never know. So that's why you got to be, always ready. Well, Laura Kelly, you just hopped on. Go back and watch it. I'm going to just sit here and unwind. So when Reagan gets in the car, I won't be, because I'm all worked up. No, he cracks me up. I just love him. So thank you, Heavenly Father. I got a message today from TCD where Reagan goes for, he goes to high school for 3 periods, and then they go up to the technology center. And I got a message that because of the tornado warning, they had put them in the emergency place, and then we got another message saying that they were clear. Thank God, because, I heard, you hear those sirens, and those are the sirens that there's an emergency. But when you hear the sirens in your mind, you're like, oh, it's Tuesday at 10:30, even though it was Monday at 9. So I'm just so grateful that when I saw TCD calling me, and I'm thinking, did Reagan have, something happened to him? And then it was a recorded message saying that they'd all been moved to safe place, considering that there was a tornado warning. Thank you. So happy it's gone. It may be gloomy outside, but at least it's warm. So you guys have a blessed day, and go talk to your state rep and tell them do not sponsor this bill by Terra Costa Howard, HB 2463. Read about it. I'm going to post it. Talk to you later.